3 points, including 15 during Cleveland's 24-0 run that went from the last 12 seconds of the first half to the first 6 minutes of the third quarter. He was unconscious during that time. Game 5, Wednesday night on ESPN, back in Detroit. Who are you buying more now with the series tied at 2 games apiece? Cameron, are you buying the Cavs or the Pistons right now?
Right now, I'm still going with the Pistons. I'm going with everybody did what they're supposed to do. Nobody has won on the road yet. So I'm still going with the Pistons, but what Donovan Mitchell did was really incredible. I might want to see the Cavs against the Knicks if I have to make a pick. But until somebody wins on the road, I'm going with the home team in the 7 games. So Pistons.
Go ahead, Jay.
Cam, I'm going to go with Cleveland here. Like I said earlier when we picked who I thought was going to win the series, I think people are starting to figure out Cade Cunningham and all the styles in which they have. And Detroit looks tired. Also, S.A., Jalen Duren. How the hell do you play 27 minutes and have 1 rebound? Yeah. 1. Like he is underrepresented himself this entire playoff series and the entire playoffs in general.
For me personally, listen, I'm still buying the Pistons because I think that on their home turf, they're a different beast to deal with. And I think that, again, until we see otherwise, even though we have to applaud James Harden, what we have seen from him in games 3 and 4, respectfully, that hasn't really been his problem. His problem has really occurred when we've gotten the games 6, the 6s and the 7s. That's where we've seen the problem with James Harden. And last time I checked, we haven't gotten the game 6 of this series yet, nor a game 7. That is what is going to be the telltale story. And until we see otherwise, we got to believe that the Pistons deserve the edge, even though Donovan Mitchell is that dude. I've always believed in him, and I believe that he will show up when it counts as well. It's just that James Harden had damn well better show up with him.
Yeah, the good news for the Pistons is that they are the 1 seed, and it has to go through Detroit because the Cleveland Cavaliers have been horrific on the road, 0-5 so far in the postseason. Coming up here on First Take, Lane Kiffin's departure from Ole Miss was not good.
And 39 of those were in the second half. I got to be honest with you, this feels like what you dream of when you sort of put this Cavs team together, but also, how do you have 4 points and then 39 points?
Yeah, well, it's just an unbelievable, obviously historic second half. The fact that when his team needed him the most, when, season on the line, nice hands, down 2-1, and he kind of puts the team on his back 39.5 after struggling a little bit in the first half, was outrageous. And this is the format for them to be really good. This is why they went and got a James Harden who's this consistent, solid, didn't turn the ball over. I think he only had like 2 turnovers, 24-11, was efficient, got to the free throw line. Like, this version of the Cavs offense is so dangerous and so potent. But Donovan Mitchell, man, he was unbelievable in the second half. And I always wonder, like, when teams go on runs like this, Lou, like 22-0, or like the Lakers last night,
25-0 run.
How do you not get to like the free throw line if you're Cade Cunningham? Or how do you not do something to try?
Because the other team is still competing.
It's crazy. Like they were on an absolute heater. And again, shout out Donovan Mitchell. His team needed the most, and he delivered in a big, big way.
But also shout out Harden because that's why
James was fantastic.
This was the version.
Let me piggyback
and Mobley was solid.
Yeah, and I give James his flowers, right? Last week I said evolve your game. As you get older, you got to add some new tricks to your bag because for the same team for over a decade, it's the same scouting report, right? But what makes James Harden explosive and what makes him dangerous is being able to get to the free throw line. He was able to do that 11 times. And the three-point line as well, made 5 3-pointers. That was the difference in his game. That's what makes him special. That's what makes him a great wingman for Donovan Mitchell to alleviate pressure. So when he gets off to these slow starts, you give him a runway where he can go off in the second half and be the best player on the team like he is. So I thought it was a great showing for Cleveland. The run that they went on, being able to survive an early run from Detroit, to be able to play through that with having not a great quarter, coming out at a halftime and having a great third quarter to give them a boost to go ahead and cruise into a big win in this fourth quarter. But it was great to see both of those guys actually on the same page and to get great production from Evan Mobley as well.
Yeah, they hit you in waves, right? And when they're going like that and they're consistent, they're getting to the free throw line, they're hitting their outside shots, their whole offense kind of opens up. And that's how they can kind of get Schroeder going, get Strus open looks, get Sam Merrill open looks off the extra pass when defenses are really closing on these guys, making them put it on the floor. And when they take care of the ball like James Harden did last night, it's just a completely different offense. But I can't talk enough about Donovan Mitchell. What he did in that span of time was
Can we give it some
outrageous.
context, too? Because he didn't score his first point until
Right.
4:19 left in the second quarter.
And had
Here's my
43
thing.
points in the game.
So that's what I want to know. Like, best in the league, we can talk about it. Best in the playoff, we can talk about it, scoring, whatever. I just want to know the mindset of a player when you're a scorer in this league and you have 4 points in the first half. What happens in that locker room at halftime?
The game is literally dependent on it, right? And so you just evaluate everything. Being a scorer myself, right? If I'm having a slow half, I start to make my adjustments. I start to think, where is the game going for me? Is this a facilitator night? Is this a night where I need to be more aggressive, or do I just need to crash out and just start being aggressive and just getting shots up at the rim? Because once you see one go in, you feel like you can score in bunches. And Donovan Mitchell is one of those type of guys. When he starts to get momentum, that opens up 3 levels of scoring for him. Mid-range, three-pointer, getting to the rim. Actually, it opens up 4 because he's able to get to the free throw line as well. When you start seeing that ball go in, the rim becomes like an ocean, and you can just do anything on the floor. And I think that was the adjustment that he made in the second half. Just start playing with confidence. He was able to get a floater to go. Look where he's at.
That's fun.
I'm 8 feet from the rim right here. Now, my legendary step through, my signature move. I'm stepping through. I'm attacking. I'm not settling. I'm getting to the rim. That's another floater. I'm another 7, 8 feet from the rim. Now what that opens up?
That's fun.
Opens up the three-point line. Now we can dance now we can dance out on the perimeter. So once you start seeing a guy attack the rim, getting 5 to 10 feet from the rim, seeing a couple of those go, getting to the free throw line, now that opens up everything, and now you're confident and you can go out for a 39-point second half like he did.
39
Yeah,
points.
he had 21 points in 7 minutes.
Oh, no, he was cooking.
Let me ask you, as
he was
opponents,
cooking.
where does he rank on the list of dudes who you don't want to see get hot like this? Like, where is he on that list?
I mean, look, I don't know about on the list. There's so many different guys that when they get going, and like Lou said,
Gee,
it's just a feeling as a shooter, as a scorer,
He had a
where the
7-point
hoop
game,
just
right?
feels this big, and everything you shoot and throw at the rim is going in. Like, you just get the craziest momentum and the craziest heat checks. We've seen Steph Curry do it. We've seen
Right.
Luka do it. Anthony Edwards. Like, there's so much SGA. Like, there are so many different scorers that just obviously get hot, and there's no
He's
stopping
on
it.
it.
Especially like Lou just said, Donovan Mitchell, he was hitting threes, he was breaking you off on ISO, he was getting to the rim, he shot 15 free throws. Like, this was the most balanced kind of scoring offensive check that I've seen him do in a long time.
Yeah, he has a 70-point game, and people were like, this is his best
sure.
performance ever. By the way, he apologized to the team at halftime. Can you imagine? This is like a movie. That's like a scripted movie.
My bad, guys. Let me go get 40 in the second half.
Yeah, my bad. At the 4 points
I
aren't
wouldn't
it.
want my star player apologizing at halftime. Like,
Well,
bro,
if he has 39 in the second half, I do.
no, I
That's
don't
what I'm
want him
saying, it's scripted.
apologizing. I want him to just say, let me tighten up and let me go. But to say sorry,
I think it's lovely.
yeah, that's the problem.
I think it's a lovely
That's the
moment.
problem.
If he's going to go and have
You don't
39
want guys
points,
in the
say
locker room
whatever
like,
you want.
oh, thanks, man. We
No,
appreciate
but they're
it.
just like, all right, he's aware that, like, this ain't it. This is not going to get it done. And then we'll
Yeah.
see what happens.
I don't know
But
if
it's
I've ever
also
had a teammate
probably-
apologize at halftime.
Yeah, and it's also probably some sauce thrown at as well. Because I know guys, and including myself and probably Chandler as well, we've come in the half and say, my bad, y'all.
I was going to say, I bet it's more of a my bad.
It's more of a
wasn't,
my
I'm
bad
sorry.
than an I'm sorry.
Then accept my apologies.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not one of those, but when
was
you come
probably,
in,
I'll
it's
be
like,
better. We all gotta
hey,
be
fellas,
better, but
I'm
yeah.
gonna hold myself accountable.
Yeah.
I gotta be better in the second half. I got it from here.
Well, I'm sorry, Lou, that I didn't put it in the exact quote.
I don't think he
That's
issued an
what we're
apology
here
to
for,
the
B.
squad.
That's what we're here for.
Like, oh my God.
He didn't issue
make
an
sure.
apology to the squad.
Because you made it lovely. We don't want lovely in a
like
time of
lovely.
battle.
How dare you? Let's talk a little Cade Cunningham. The word that you guys use a lot when we talk about Cade Cunningham, obviously he's great, but there's a lot that's expected from him, and we can talk about Jalen Duren again if you want to. But you guys always say he's too casual with the ball.
Yeah.
And once again, 5 turnovers, Lou. Like, what do we do here? Is he being asked to do too much?
No, I think he's asked to do his job, but you got to give Cleveland that credit, right? Like, I just talked about Donovan Mitchell crashing out. Think about Matt Strus, right? Like, think about him. He's known as a shooter. He's known as a guy that's going to extend their offense to the three-point line, and that's what makes him dangerous. But in this playoff series, he's just decided, I'm going to be a defensive disruptor, and I'm just going to make it difficult for Cade Cunningham. Now, I'm not saying he's a lockdown defender and he's locking them up 1-1, but he's doing a tremendous job of junking up the game. Him and Schroeder, trapping them, picking them up full court. They're forcing turnovers from out-of-bounds plays. Just being in the way and making everything that he's going to do difficult, knowing that in this series now, we know that he's going to be a ball-dominant guy.
Yeah.
His impact is going to be with the ball in his hands. So let's make it as difficult as we can. And I think he and Schroeder have done an exceptional job of just turning them over, catching them on the sidelines. Every time I've seen Cade Cunningham on the sideline, they're running guys at him, they're trapping them, they're using the sideline as a third defender. When he's taking the ball out or if he's the guy getting the basketball up the court, boxing one type vibes, AAU vibes, making it where he can't catch the ball. Or if he is going to catch the ball, we're going to catch him on the sideline. Those guys have done a great job of just junking up the game and making it difficult for Cade. So are they asking him to do too much? No, this is his job, but they also have to adjust. Make him catch the ball, have him catch the ball at half court, have him on a dribble handoff, use some of these other guys to bring the basketball up to initiate the offense. That's an adjustment JB has to make as the coach of this team. But he's not asked to do too much. This is what he does.
Maybe the others aren't doing enough.
Yeah, and we know kind of the system that they play, right? It's a lot of Cade Cunningham.
Lots.
We don't know who that second guy is. Tobias Harris has been that in spurts.
I know who it's
Karis
not.
LeVert was great last night. But I just feel like when I watch Cade Cunningham, is he doing too much? No. I think he's doing exactly what he has to do for this offense to go, for this engine to move. Like he's got to do this. He just, at times, he does seem a little careless with the ball. As good as the defensive schemes have been from Orlando that they gave him, and now what he's seeing in this series with Cleveland, he's going to see every coverage. He's going to see blitzes. He's going to see doubles. He's going to get down. He's going to go on. Like, they're going to show every different coverage for him. So he's got to be more careful. Like, he's got to be careful.
He's got to be better.
He's got to be strong with the ball. And like, see some of the passes, they're unforced turnovers. Like, I'll just see him throw it at a guy's feet. Like, a lot of it sometimes is the defense. I mean, sure, we're all tired. Like, he's tired. But again, he's seeing tough defenses. He just has to be stronger with the ball. He's got to make better decisions. I think he needs to get to the free throw line more. 3 free throws last night's not enough.
Yeah, they weren't happy with that.
So again, I think he's been fantastic. He's got to do this for their offense to be where they need to be, but he's got to take care of the ball. Those possessions are valuable. When you don't have a potent, elite offense like a lot of these teams do, you can't turn the ball over as much as they do.
And it finally caught up to him because the game before, he was just as careless with the basketball, with his turnovers.
3 in a row at the end of the game that were crazy.
In crucial moments. But
he's
they were able to
cash.
Yeah, but they were able to dodge their bullet. This game, they weren't able to dodge the bullet with the careless turnovers. But again, who else is he going to have bring the ball up? I'm telling him to catch it at half court, but who else is willing to step up? If it's going to be Duncan Robinson, I'm sure they're going to crawl up into him and make it difficult. You don't want to put him in that position. You don't have Jenkins coming in until off the bench. Those are your other primary ball handlers, and they're not so much as ball handlers as a Cade Cunningham. So asking him to bring the ball up, that's just how this team is built. We've had these conversations already. Secondary scorer. Now we're talking about a secondary person to bring the basketball up to make Cade Cunningham more effective in the half court, but that's just the way that this team is.
Personnel issue.
Yeah, that's just the way this team is built.
I will say, if they've learned anything, they know the glaring holes that they have to get better this offseason. Like, there's no question about it, what they need to add to this team. And this season's not even over. Like, this season's 2-2, and they're going back home where they've been fantastic, and Cleveland has been atrocious on the road. So, like, they're still in a fine situation. It's just when you have an offense like that and your team is determined based on your defense, your toughness, you can't turn the ball over like that. You have to get shots at the basket.
It's one of those things, Chandler, where you're sitting there 2-2, and you're in a pretty decent position, but you get home in your bed and you're like, damn, I could be up 3-1 if I take care of the basketball. Damn, I could be up 3-1. We can be in a better position if we clean up some of these things that we've already known were going to be issues for us. So that's where that part comes in. Like, is he careless with the basketball? Yes, but at the end of the day, who else is going to do it on the Detroit Pistons?
And at the end of the day, both teams they did what they're supposed to do. They took care of business at home, both teams, and now there's 3-game series, and I think the momentum has to go towards Detroit being at home with the success they've had there and the not success that the Cavs have had on the road.
Here's the thing. You guys know how I'm like the mean, faceless banker that's like, why do we have to give max deals to everyone? And like Jalen Duren, we know is up for one, but my goodness, if it was based on these playoffs, I'm not sure. 8 points, 2 rebounds, 4 turnovers. That ain't it. That's not good. But Paul Reed, he has played twice in the series.
Yep.
Both times double digits.
Taking advantage of every opportunity.
Right. So I don't know. I know it's a tough call because Jalen Duren is supposed to be the second guy, but do we maybe look at Paul Reed for a little bit more and Jalen Duren a little bit less?
you gotta understand the difference as well. Paul Reed is a score-first big. So he's going to have success scoring the basketball. I'm sure at this point he's in a scouting report and he's in a game plan and they're putting some things in to minimize how effective he's been. But his job and his style of play is completely different from Jalen Duren. Now, again, it's 2-2. It's not a panic time, so you're still in a great position. I think this is a conversation you have when your back is against the wall and you start making adjustments and you say, look, I'm just going to put the 5 guys out on the floor that gives me the best opportunity to get out of this foxhole. But right now, being at 2-2, you can get more production from a Jalen Duren, but you don't start playing him more minutes.
Right.
You don't play Paul Reed more minutes over Jalen Duren because he's giving you better